Hey, video diary. So, I'm asking, does death harm us? Lucretius said it doesn't, that our pre-life didn't harm us coming into this life, so our post-life isn't going to harm us, or shouldn't harm us either. It's just something that we have immense anxiety about. We should be aware of our temporality. I wouldn't say we should live afraid of death. There are periods where, keeps me up a little bit, because in some way I have so much less to look forward to. And I realize that, the older people and my cat, and, I go through the death scenarios and then forget about the left field tragedies that we don't know about yet until they happen. So does death, I think death might harm us who are left, depending on how that death occurred. Because we're only certain that we have this life. Hope you're certain. I hope you're certain you're alive and you're not confused about that. Because that would be a waste, a tragic waste. One of the hardest things for me is just looking around and seeing how many people are just treating themselves poorly. And stuck in their own victimology story, It's a story. And we get the pleasure of having this life. The pain, the pleasure, the struggle, the triumph. If anybody out there has ever striven, is that a word? I'm not sure that's a word. But to strive, right? To give it everything you have, to improve something about yourself, and then you do it. Are you the same person you were before you transformed yourself? Before you improved yourself? Is a person what they do? I sometimes hear this oh, well, he was a really good person, or she was a really good person. But did they do good things? My son did a lot of really good things. He was a lot of really good things. and he was one really bad thing. And he did this really bad thing. It's a little chihuahua. I get so much pleasure from animals. I went to Forrest's mom's house last night to pick up my daughter. And then his mom joined us for dinner. And I haven't been very conscientious of other people's pain during this process. Not unfeeling, you know, I care, but I'm just, you know, you really can't help anybody. And nobody can help me. Oh yeah, and I hug the dog. She's got this big Labrador. Oh my God. And the connection I had with that dog for 5 minutes, to me, is worth living a life free of drugs. I cannot get my life together. Sometimes I have like, you know, I'm a good actor, but I can't remember stuff, and I'm letting things fall through fingers that I had netted in the past. I don't care. I don't care much in the same way I used to. And maybe that's temporary, and maybe it's not. I have become less compassionate. Maybe, well, it depends on how you define compassion. If you define compassion as doing that which is the most helpful, then I'm still compassionate. But if you define compassion as simply with your pain, I'm less compassionate towards some people, some activities, some behaviors, some excuses, just because I have now felt this outrage, this outrageous outcome. I still can't believe it. I mean, I'm not in denial, but we had a big dinner. All my nephews, my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Bullshit. This is total, complete bullshit. And so just on a profound, like, human level, I just feel that people are going to do this kind of thing. They're going to do what they want. People are going to do what they want. They don't give a shit generally about the circumstances, the outcome, the other people they're harming, you know, the people they're victimizing. They don't care, you know, and this goes for everyone from, it goes to everything, you know. No good thing that I do see how to put this, because I do good things for other people, but I do them out of a sense either of love, of joy, of wanting them to have this good thing. I'll know it'll be appreciated. But if I feel like it'll be wasted, I won't do it. And it just seems that any good thing I have ever done in my life for myself, or as a good, an idealistic type of good, let's say exercise. And let's face it, if you exercise, you're going to live longer, your clothes will fit better, you'll have better sex, food will taste better, all of that. You won't be so judgmental towards yourself. You'll feel good. The endorphins, you're supposed to, because our bodies were evolved. They evolved to be used, to be exercised, to be worked hard. And if you don't do that, you're not only not going to have those benefits, but you'll have, like all of the negative. But I didn't do that for anybody else. My father was overweight. My father was a priest, which was completely ridiculous. He, in the Orthodox faith, which is just horrific, he smoked. I always tried to get him to quit smoking because I didn't want him to die of cancer. That was my reasoning as a young child. He was obese, he was overweight, and he didn't exercise, and he was a beautiful person. He could have, I don't know, not just, hey, I got this body, let's see how far I can take it, and just and destroy it with my mind. It's tragic. This is a tragedy. My father was a tragedy, and now my son is a tragedy. And I'm trying not to be one. A tragedy is when the hero of our story brings themselves to ruin. And my depression, my just general sense of darkness, or just the reality that I will never have the life. And I know a lot of people die, a lot of people get denied. I'm not the only one, and I know that, but this is my son, and the precious rarity of our existence together is forever undone. So take care of yourself. You're only going to get one of you.